Hey there! In this video, we'll walk through the setup and configuration required to get started with Fabric planning. First, let's make sure Plan Item is enabled for use. In the Admin portal, search for Integration Settings and ensure Allow XMLA Endpoints and Analyze in Excel with On-Premises Semantic Models is enabled. Next, under Developer Settings, make sure Embed Content in Apps is enabled. Lastly, in Premium Per User, set XMLA Endpoint to Read Only or Read Write to ensure compatibility with Fabric planning. With the prerequisites now in place, we're ready to move forward. We'll start with a blank plan item. To bring data into Fabric planning, we'll connect the plan item to a semantic model. This requires a semantic model connection in Microsoft Fabric. Let's see how to create one now. Open Manage Connections and Gateways, select New, choose Cloud Connection, and set the type to Power BI Semantic Model. Select OAuth as the authentication method and sign in to verify. OAuth is the recommended authentication method, but service principal authentication is also supported. This connection should be created by a member or admin role in the workspace where the semantic model is hosted. If workspace viewers need access to this plan item, the semantic model connection must also be shared with them. To share the connection, go to Manage Connections and Gateways, select the connection, go to Manage Users, and add the users who should have access. Now, let's link our plan item to the semantic model using the connection we just created. After choosing our semantic model, its fields are visible in the data pane. Next, let's take a look at how RLS behaves in Fabric planning and where it differs from Power BI. Roles have been defined for 3 regions: APAC, North America, and Latin America. Notice that no users have been assigned to the Latin America role. The semantic model, however, contains 4 regions: APAC, North America, Latin America, and Europe, which has no role defined. In Fabric planning, RLS is always enforced, regardless of workspace role. If a user is assigned to a role, they see only that role's data. If a user is not assigned to any role, they see the combined data from all defined roles, in this case, APAC, North America, and Latin America. Even a role with no assigned users is included in the combined view. Latin America has none, but its data is still visible to unassigned users. Europe has no role defined, so it's completely hidden in Fabric planning for everyone. This flowchart shows how visibility is determined in Fabric planning based on user assignment. In our plan item, APAC, Latin America, and North America are visible. Since I haven't been assigned to any role, I see the combined view of all the roles in the semantic model. Europe doesn't appear, as no role has been configured for it. For a region to be visible in Fabric planning, RLS role must exist for it in the semantic model. With the setup so far, only workspace admins, members, and collaborators can access and edit the plan item. Fabric planning has an optional step, which would extend access to viewers as well. To enable this, we need to configure the SQL connection in our plan item. If you don't already have a SQL connection, here's how to create one. Open Manage Connections and Gateways, create a new cloud connection, and set the connection type to SQL Database in Fabric. Select OAuth as the authentication type. OAuth is the recommended authentication method, though service principal authentication is also supported. Sign in to verify, and then save the connection. This connection should also be created by a member or admin in the Plan Items workspace. Make sure to share this connection with workspace viewers so that they can access the plan item in Reading View. Open Manage Connections and Gateways, select the connection, go to Manage Users, and add the users who should have access. Now we can connect Plan to a SQL database to enable collaboration with viewers. If you want to export the plan data to your database as a separate table, you need to write it back. Writeback setup is optional and is required only if you want to export plan data to your database as a separate table. Let's see how to set up the writeback destination to save plan data to your target database. In the Writeback tab, select Add Destination, choose the SQL connection, pick the database. You can also configure decimal precision and text length as needed. Once it's created, you can view and manage all the destinations in Manage Destinations. With all three connections now configured, Fabric Planning is fully set up and ready for planning, collaboration, and writeback. If you run into any issues along the way, here's a quick reference for common errors and how to resolve them. And with that, you're all set to get started.